Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, respected listeners and viewers. On the request of some parents as well as students, I have decided to revise the topic of tenses, which is important, equally important for grade 6, 7, 8, as well as O levels, because it is the basic concept upon which language is built and constructed. So, before I move on with the different types of tenses, let's first understand the purpose of learning tenses. What are tenses? Basically, tenses means times. There are different times in which we do certain actions. For example, I am talking to you now. After you would have watched my video, I would have talked about it. The talk will be over, and I talked about this topic yesterday in my class. That will be the past tense. So you see, in our life, we are doing some things in the present times. Sometimes we plan to do something in the future, and sometimes we revise what we did in the past. Now, what's the purpose of tenses? Tenses help us express when an action or state occurs, occurred, or will occur. I have told you the same thing with the help of example, that when did this action take place, when was it over, and when it will occur again in the future. Tenses also provide context and clarity in communication. If I will be confusing the present and the past and the future tenses, there will be no understanding of my communication, because all the times will be mixed and confused. Now, the correct usage of tenses will give the clear message about the time when this action took place or takes place or will take place. They also show the order of events or actions. And also remember the bold thing which I have shared with you, that wrong tenses is the worst mistake that a student can make in his or her paper, or in his or her essay writing or story writing, or anything that you are communicating. This is the worst mistake. Remember, my dear students, that there are basically three types of tenses about which I am repeatedly talking through my examples. There is past, there is present, and then there is a future. These are the three different times in which people have been living since the beginning of this creation, since the beginning of this earth. Now, let's look at the basic definition of the three tenses about which we are talking. These are the basic simple definitions. Present tense describes current actions or states, what is happening at the moment. For example, I speak, you listen, I walk, they play. These are the times. These are the different times which are taking place at the moment. Then there is the past tense, which describes completed actions, those actions which have been completed. I walked, I uttered a word, I spoke about tenses. I spoke about present tense. I have just talked about present tense. And the third times is future tense. It describes actions or states that will occur. For example, I will share the next slide. I will talk about the significance of tenses in language. I will walk. I will express. I will conclude. These are all future times and future tenses. This is the basic layout of the three types and three different times that we are going through. Now let's look at the three types individually. The first one is present, which has four types inwardly. The first one is very simple, as we have just talked about it. I walk. This is present simple. If I say continuous times, then I will say I am walking, or I am talking, I am speaking, you are listening. Then there is present perfect. Present perfect means that this action has been completed. I have walked. I have explained simple present tense. I have made a video. They have gone for the trip. She has completed her lecture. And the last type of present tense is present perfect continuous. As the name indicates that it would have something continuous and at the same time something perfect. Like I have been walking. I have been making videos since long. I have been listening to the videos since long. These are, my dear students, the four different types of present tense. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Even if you don't know their names, no problem. Names are not necessary to revise. The important thing is their application. Those of my students who are good readers, they don't even know what are tenses, what are the types of tenses. I also learned about them when I became a teacher. Why? Because when the students make mistakes, the teacher has to go through that concept, how to help them overcome that mistake. If you will be reader, if you will be a regular reader, you will never make these mistakes. But those students who make these mistakes, they need to memorize these rules. Moving on with the past tense. What will be the rule? Simple past tense would have second form of verb. I walked. Don't worry, I will be sharing the three tenses in the form of one slide. We will be having comparison and contrast of the three types. So in past continuous, we will say I was walking, I was speaking, you were listening. And for past perfect, we would have I had walked. This is an action which was completed long time ago and it is simple past perfect tense. I had walked. Third form of verb is used after had or has or have. And after ing, always with ing, we have the first form of verb. And the last is past perfect continuous. I had been walking. I had been making videos. They had been attending my lectures. The child had been wasting his time. These are the four types of past tense. And the next one is future tense. Simple future means I will walk, or you can even say I shall walk. That's another story whether we will use will or shall, but both are correct at the basic level. I will walk. For future continuous, we will say I will be walking. I will be making a video on listening aspects of the language. Future perfect. I will have completed my lecture. They will have submitted their assignment by next Friday. For example, I will have walked. And for future perfect continuous, we will say, I will have been walking. Wherever continuous word will come, ing must be there. Wherever perfect word will come, has, have, or had will come. Wherever continuous will come, ing is going to come. Wherever simple is there, basic structure of the verb is followed in the simple tense. So, my dear students, I hope it is clear up till now. Now, in the form of one slide, I have put all the three tenses in front of you, and we will be looking at them simultaneously. I sleep, and in the past, what will you say? I slept. And in future, what will you say? I will sleep. Take a screenshot of this. This is the basic structure. Those students who are weak in their tenses, they should be writing at least 20 verbs they should have, and they will repeat this formula. Just follow this format, change the verb and repeat the same formula again and again. At least work with 20 verbs during this summer break and your tenses will become strong. And later when you are reading, note down the usage of these tenses. I am sleeping. I was sleeping. I will be sleeping. So you see the same tense, the same verb, but the tense changes and we make changes in the verb, in the helping verb. I have slept, third form of the verb. I had slept. I will have slept. I have been sleeping. I had been sleeping. I will have been sleeping. So, my dear students, take the screenshot, repeat this. This is going to be extremely beneficial for you. Now, the most important rule is that avoid shifting. Now, what is shifting? That you change from present to past suddenly in one sentence. This error is called the error of shifting. This is the worst mistake that you can make in your paper. So avoid shifting. Just as sometimes you go upstairs, sometimes you go downstairs, you are constantly shifting. Constant shifting, like the movement of pendulum between present to past, is to be avoided in the English paper. Avoid inconsistent tenses, that sometimes you bring present and along with that you bring past. It's almost the same thing as the error of shifting. And the important thing is that you should stick to one tense in one paragraph. If you, for example, have the need to change the paragraph or to change the tense, you should change the paragraph. Or you can use inverted commas in order to communicate the direct speech or the present times in the form of dialogue. In the past tense, if your narration is going on, but when you will talk about the present dialogue, then you will use inverted commas. Otherwise, the rule is one tense, one paragraph. One paragraph, one tense. Now, my dear students, this is an interesting exercise which I have done for you at the end of the video, in which one paragraph has been written in the present tense. All the verbs I have highlighted, and the same paragraph has now been changed into the past tense. Now let's have a comparative and contrasting study of these two paragraphs. I am studying for my exam right now. And how will we change it into the past tense? I was studying for my exam right now. You see, the change of the color is an indication of the change of times. I study every day. I studied every day. I have been studying for 3 hours already. I had been studying for 3 hours already. I have studied many subjects so far. I had studied many subjects so far. My friends will study with me tomorrow. My friends would study with me the next day. So you see, tomorrow, when you change it into the past tense, you say the next day. Don't write tomorrow. We will have been studying together for a week by then. We would have been studying together for a week by then. So, my dear students, I hope the concept of tenses is clear. This is how in one paragraph one tense will be used. No shifting will be done. Present, past and future rules will be revised. I am again sharing this slide, which is the key slide, upon which I have asked you to write at least 20 verbs and change them. You can even change the pronoun. For example, instead of I, you can say they. Instead of I, you can say he. And then with he, you will say he sleeps. She sleeps. It sleeps. And with he, she, and it, you use s in certain verbs, whereas other than he, she, and it, you use no s or es. With they, you, we, and I, no s or es is used. I hope, my dear students, my dear learners, this is quite clear. If you find this video useful, don't forget to share it with your siblings and with your cousins. Even if they are in any school, no problem, share it with them. Anything which is not clear, please mention in the comment box. And remember to subscribe the channel, because during the summer break, I will be providing maximum efforts. I will be providing maximum videos to the benefit of my viewers and listeners. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.